Hey guys, welcome back to our channel.
And today
we're talking about adorable mistakes Spanish speakers make Germans make when they speak English.
I don't make any mistakes.
Okay, so I gotta say, yes, you are pretty fluent, but on the other side, you still make 2 or 3 mistakes sometimes.
No.
Yeah, and they're pretty cute. You might be wondering, why does a Mexican and a German judge about mistakes in English? And that question is totally valid, guys.
We know that some of you are learning English with our videos, so we thought this might be helpful for you. But don't take us too seriously because we don't really know what we're talking about 100%.
So I found 2 mistakes that Joss makes, and I'm gonna start with those ones, and afterwards you're coming with the mistakes that you think Spanish speakers make.
Yes, I found some mistakes that I find cute.
And I'm gonna evaluate me as a German if they are actually cute or just stupid, guys.
So mean.
So here are the 2 mistakes that Joss makes every now and then.
Okay.
Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah, like one.
Oh, you think you're that perfect, huh?
Yeah, but okay.
Yeah, but okay. Great. That's a mistake that a lot of Spanish speakers make. At least I've heard it from a lot of different people. They say, "Can you please take me a photo?"
Yes, I knew you would say that one.
Yeah.
Can you please take me a photo?
Literally translated from Spanish, ¿puedes tomarme una foto?
Yeah. I also find that cute.
The proper way is to say,
Oh my god.
"Can you please take a photo of me?" Correct? Yeah. That's a proper way.
Ding!
The second mistake that you always make, all the time.
No, that's not true.
Yeah,
Can't
totally.
read my
Is with
sense.
literally every word that starts with an S. Because you always put an E in front of the S and you say Spanish.
We're gonna learn Spanish.
It's Spanish and not Spanish.
I know, and I always say it correctly.
Yeah, sure. Or sports. Let's go to the supermarket.
I never
Okay,
say a supermarket.
Okay, no, with supermarket you don't say
Oh,
that
God.
somehow. We just realized most of the words where you put an E in front are either with SP or ST.
But I don't do that often anymore. I've tried to correct it a lot. Oh my god, ever since you told me I hated that mistake and now I find it ugly.
You used to do that way more often in the beginning, but now sadly not anymore, so the cuteness is gone.
So before we continue with more mistakes from my peers,
My ear pierce.
we want to thank our sponsor for today's video, and we cannot believe we have this sponsor because it is Cambridge University Press. Can you believe it, guys?
This is Cambridge. This is huge. Huge. Oh my god.
We're not even at that level.
Yeah, we're not at that level.
They
My English
really-
is way worse.
They really know what they're doing. We are not.
Joss just told me she has been learning English with books from Cambridge when she was young. Now she's old. So they contacted us and they told us about the idea of a brand new channel on YouTube that's called Learn English with Cambridge, and you might guess it, you can learn English with it. Yeah, they're going to post videos that are helpful for students like you, probably guys, or teachers that want to use the content to teach their students.
With this channel, they want to create a community of students and teachers from all around the world, and you can just go to the comment section and ask them questions or share your knowledge there, share your struggle with your neighbor. When they told us about this idea, we thought this is a perfect sponsorship we can accept because they are doing this on YouTube, our home, and it's completely free for you guys.
So the only thing you have to do is go to that link in our description, go to their channel and subscribe.
So thank you so much to Cambridge University for sponsoring this video and for giving us this great tool. We're definitely gonna be subscribing there.
One of the first subscribers is gonna be her, because she needs some practice.
Hey, no! Okay, let's continue.
Okay.
So some of these mistakes I still make.
Is still?
Still, I said still! I still make some of these mistakes.
Oh,
some
I have
other
another one.
I've... Okay, say it.
You say this instead of these. You just said this mistakes, but it's
I don't know.
these mistakes because it's plural.
I don't hear any difference. I have no clue what's the difference between these. To me, it sounds the same. In my head, it sounds the same.
Yeah, it sounds the same because you literally say the same thing all the time.
You say it then.
Okay, it's this or these. This.
This.
These.
These. These.
This or these.
These. You say it then.
She also has a problem with the difference between beach and Bitch.
I hear the same thing. It's crazy. I mean, I hear a slight difference, but I don't know how to say it. You know what I mean?
In case you're a native Spanish speaker, please let us know if you hear a difference between this and these, if it's also as difficult as for Joss.
I think it's just me. I don't know.
That's probably
Let's see.
just you.
So the first two that I had written. Oh my god, no, I was so scared, dude. I'm so scared of being judged. Usually I don't care if I make mistakes when speaking.
Speaking is speaking.
Usually I don't care if I make mistakes when I speak English. But right now I feel extra judged.
Okay, speak normally, please.
So the first thing that I wrote is something that I just struggled a few minutes ago here. Making versus doing. Make mistakes or I did a mistake.
But I think that's not only for Spanish speakers, but for everybody.
Really?
I do that too sometimes. I always say, let's do a cake. Instead of let's make a cake.
Bake a cake. So the next mistake is explain me. A lot of my students would tell me, can you explain me? Because in Spanish you say explícame.
Oh yeah.
And you have to say explain to me.
Honestly, I didn't really notice. Maybe I got the mistakes from you.
No.
And I heard your mistakes and now I'm making them too.
Don't blame it on me.
And in a few days I'm gonna start with, let's speak Spanish.
But dude, you'll improve your English with me. I've corrected a lot of your German mistakes. So the next mistake, honestly, I feel like it's just me being dumb. And I don't find it adorable. Somehow when I'm speaking English and I'm going crazy very fast and fluent, I always exchange his and her.
Oh yeah, you do that all the time. And he and she too.
Yeah, I have no idea why.
It's annoying.
You hate it?
In the beginning it was adorable, but now it's just like, oh my god.
Can you learn English?
Yeah, when are you finally getting it? My friend Paulina came over. He was so cool. It's like, it's she, dude.
I know perfectly. He and she, you know,
Yeah.
It's obvious, and his and her. But when I'm speaking fluent, something weird happens in my brain.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't be perfect.
Yeah, you can also not perfectly sing. Okay, next mistake.
This is something that I just noticed, dude. I always thought the word people
Uh-huh.
was singular. And it's not singular.
No.
I always treat it like a singular.
No, you don't.
I think so.
You don't even make that mistake. Like, you know people is plural, but you think because there's no S in the end, you have to say is instead of are.
I don't make that mistake that often.
I don't know. I don't pay much attention to when you talk.
What a meanie, dude.
That's actually a common mistake, not only for Spanish speakers. People, information is the same problem. Informations doesn't exist. You can say, I got one information.
No, dude, never.
So there's no singular. Okay, so the word information is an uncountable noun. You can never, ever, for any reason whatsoever, say an information. What I just did. I would rather make the mistake of when I want to say people, I use persons.
You always say persons. And I hate it.
I
find
hate
it so annoying, dude.
We're gonna change the title of the video to annoying mistakes.
Yeah. Actually, this is something that I taught my students. You could say persons as plural.
Yeah.
But lately, like a lot of people, instead of saying persons, they just say people
Yeah.
as the plural of person.
But on the other side, I was correct.
Yeah, but it's like an archaic way of saying the plural of person. And the last one, Janik already said a little bit about it. I don't hear the difference between beach and beach.
Okay, literally sounded the same.
Bitch, bitch.
No. I gotta say, this mistake is actually cute.
Why?
Because it just brings you in bad situations. It's funny. I'm gonna explain you the difference. There's bitch with a short I.
Bitch.
It's like itch. You have an itch. Or beach with a long E.
Beach.
Huh?
Oh, bitch.
Yeah?
I'm so sorry.
Stop touching my leg.
Show them what I'm doing the whole time.
God, she's making my hole bigger and bigger the whole time.
That's good. So guys, those were all of the adorable and cute mistakes we had for you today.
Those cute and adorable Spanish speakers. Spanish people. As you can see, mistakes are not necessarily bad.
And
they can be cute and adorable. Just make mistakes and the people are gonna love it. Make mistakes on purpose.
No, of course you should try to like get better, but don't worry too much about it. I think when you finally talk to somebody that speaks English, it's not gonna be that big of a deal.
No.
If you make a mistake or two, so. Unless you mistake he for she and then
Yeah,
your
that's
boyfriend
just
gets
dumb.
mad.
Thank you again to Cambridge University Press for sponsoring this video.
Go check out their channel. They're gonna post some pretty interesting stuff there.
On top of that, let us know in the comments down below if there are any mistakes that you usually make as a Spanish speaker.
And if you like this video, give us a thumbs up.
Subscribe to our channel if you're not already.
And we'll see you next week.
Adios, muchachos.
Cheers!
Hey guys, welcome back to Hey guys, welcome back to our channel.
And today
We're talking about hairs in my mouth. Oh my god.
we know that a lot of you guys are looking at our videos for
Speak more clearly.
I
Oh my god, you're mumbling so much.